Hey guys, TJ back here with a quick discussion video on Mortal Kombat 11 and why I think the game is not as bad as people say it is. You have a lot of people suggesting that the game is broken, it's trash, the mechanics suck ass, all these different comments, which I can agree to some extent. I'm not naive enough to say that the game is perfect, but I think people misjudge the mechanics for what they are, and like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. So we'll start with the defensive mechanics on the ground. So you have up 3, up 2, roll forward, roll back, delay get up, and of course you have other unofficial defensive options like neutral jump and buttons and whatever. But to be honest, buttons can be easily dealt with, especially if you're patient. So like for me, with Terminator here, so let's just sweep. Like one thing I'll do is, let me see. Boom, knock you down, and then I'll back whiff punish. That's something you can do with a lot of characters. That's not just Terminator, but that's a lot of characters. Like Sub. Let me see if I can set this right. So I'm gonna knock down. I'm trying to mash, right? I'm trying to mash poke. I mean that stuffed it because it's a high, but the point is that if that was a mid, that would have clipped me. Like buttons can be stuffed. All these other options can be stuffed. Like rolls. Like that's the thing is like people are like, oh, these mechanics are so bad. Look at that. I mean, grab is the riskiest one to do, but you can grab people out of rolls, like you can whiff punish buttons and wake ups. And people are like, I see people say, oh, forward roll should have meter, right? Because that's really a whiff punish tool, really. And I can agree with that. That one I actually say, yes, 1 bar offense and defense. That one I think should be that. But a backwards roll, up 3, up 2, things are fine as is, right? Delay, get up. Delay get up not having a bar isn't really a big deal anymore because now it's just delay get up or no delay get up, so there really isn't a mix up or big thing anymore. You just have to be a little more patient and time your meaties. Buttons are, like I said, buttons and jumps, you can stuff those pretty much with the same buttons, at least with Terminator. I've been able to stuff people mashing buttons. Like Terminator, again, I'm not high level, but from what I've been able to play, his 1-2-1 string carries him so far forward, it covers damn near all these options if I just back up and be patient for like a split second on a knockdown, do 1-2-1, and it will carry me forward enough to punish, or whiff punish these things and catch him jumping, all these other things. Assuming I time everything perfectly. Except forward roll. Forward roll, that one kind of screwed with. But again, my stance on the mechanics of the game are quite simple. These mechanics aren't made for you to play Combat League first to 3 or first to 3 or 2, whatever, first to 2, sorry, and you know, make it right, you know, win big, you know, whatever. That's not what they're meant for. These mechanics are really designed around playing long sets, playing people, and understanding the psychology. Like when are they going to use it? When are they going to use this? When are they going to use that? Because the thing is, with Combat League specifically, you can get away with dumb shit. You can get away with, let's see. Let's pretend Sub was blocking that. Like technically, forward 2 into any special is not safe, except for the except for the teleport. The teleport makes it safe, but anything else is a gimmick. You can just interrupt Terminator out of all specials except the teleport, and you get away with that because it's Combat League. People in Combat League, it's tricky to adapt to an opponent when you only have 2 matches, assuming one person just wins both matches. Now, if you carry it to a 3rd game or whatever, then sure, you know that you can maybe adapt then. But these, like I said, these mechanics are designed around playing people in long matches. That's why when I run matches with Dylan or Brandon or whoever on stream or in on a video, a long set, by and large, has a lot of reads, has a lot of cool hype moments, more so than KL matches. KL matches are fairly dull in the sense that you can get away with doing anything really and you'll win, because KL, you don't have time to adapt to your opponent, you don't have time to really analyze them. You can, if you're really keen on things like that, But like I've repeated myself multiple times, I honestly feel that these mechanics are based around playing well on sets. That's why when people get mad at the mechanics, oh, these mechanics are ass. Like, why is forward roll? Why up three, up two? Why is this bullshit? The thing is, they're not bullshit. The thing is, you're not necessarily playing the game wrong, but you're not thinking, if that makes sense. Because in this game, you can't just automatically just pressure on all day, knock them down, pressure, pressure, pressure. There are situations in which you can do that, but that's not the core of it. The core of it is, I'm going to back up and whiff punish. Back up and you know, make them waste their resource. Because the second they spend their resource on a wake-up attack or roll, boom, then you get them in a full combo. They can't break it. And that's all guaranteed. Imagine that. Terminator 42% unbreakable. Okay? And not to mention other, like now with customs, there's a lot of different ways to run stuff. Like Nightwolf can have unbreakable damage as well. If he has the roll launcher and the command grab, that's all guaranteed. Straight up. Like Scorpion, same deal. You can hit it from the spear, stand for spear. Like that's unbreakable. There's no reason for you to, like, if they don't have bar for it, yeah, go for the big flashy higher damage stuff, sure. But if they have bar for it, just play smart and just bait them into wasting their bar, right? That's what you should do. Then you know they waste the bar on a wake up, boom, catch them. The same thing with like launching combos. Like look at this. No, stop doing things. Like something like this. Not that. Something as simple as that, right? That's what, 5 hits, what, like 20-something% maybe. Okay? But they can break away. But here's the thing. If I think they're gonna break, I'm just do that too. Boom. Yeah. The spacing is not ideal for Terminator, but dash up 1-2-1 shotgun, right? Because by that time, like I can catch them doing stuff, and I don't know, it might be the way I play, might be my mentality, but I personally think mk11 does have really good mechanics for long sets and playing in a lot of matches with people. Like, and it's not because, oh, they're scrappy, it's because that it makes you think. It makes you respect your opponent on knockdown. Like, hey, I don't want to come near you on knockdown. I'm going to knock you down. So I'm going to back up with punish, right? That's a clean with punish right there. Boom. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't know. My mindset is this. Yes, the mechanics could be a little better. Yes, it'd be nicer if bar was on forward roll or both bars. You know, things like that. But that's about it. Aside from that, I don't mind it. Like breakaway. Like people are like, oh, breakaway sucks ass. I'm like, yes. If you overcommit to something as dumb as this, for your like that right there, if you break away a Terminator or against Terminator right there, boom, full combo punish. You know, in fact, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can just get him a break and then. Okay. Oh, he won't break. Come on. Come on. Damn it. I'm trying to prove a point here, but I can't program the AI to do stuff right. Anyway. My point being is, there are alternate combos to make yourself safe against breakaway. People don't want to do them because, oh, it's not awful damage. Dude, let me tell you right now, damage is not, like, it's not everything. Trust me. Yes, noob can get stupid damage if you have both launchers, but he sacrifices a lot of his mid and full screen game if you have both launchers. Trust me. Yes, Sickle Snag and Amplify Teleport are some flashy shit. Don't get me wrong. It's flashy. It's cool. It is fun to pull off. But I'll tell you right now, I will take my fast projectile, my slide, and my teleport amplified for launchers, and sacrifice more for my forward 2-2-1 string being able to launch. Because I am perfectly content with only getting a little bit of damage off it. Like you can do back forward 2 or back forward 3 amplify, and it's like what 20-something% unbreakable, more or less, right? I don't know. Like that. Like I don't mind doing that. Not to mention, if you do this, boom, now you're +5, boom, catch them doing anything, because that's a 7-frame start at that point. Like, I don't know, I don't know. I personally I hold the opinion that mk11 is actually a fairly good game. It's not perfect or great by any means, but it's not dog shit, trash, whatever. I don't know. I personally love the game. I still enjoy playing it a lot. Yes, there are issues that I wish would be fixed, but as it is right now, I still enjoy the game. And no matter how good or bad a character might be, or the mechanics might be, I still enjoy it. Like I see some people say Terminator's trash. Some people say Terminator's S tier. I'm like, I don't care where he's at. I have fun with him. He's the most fun character for me. Same with Sub. I have fun with Sub. I have fun with Scorpion when I play him. Rambo. All these different characters. And here's the thing, each character has its own identity because you kind of want to do a different thing to deal with the people on Knockdown or Breakaway or whatever, right? So like Rambo, here's one thing I don't do enough, but I really should try and incorporate a bit more, is something as simple as this. I'm gonna knock Sub-Zero down with a string, right? And then I'm going to back up and snare trap. Because if I'm right, and that it travels across the ground, right? It's a low, so it should, in theory, if you time it right, cover all options, right? Or aside from jumping you'll die for it, I'm sure, but like I don't see like there are unique options and ways to deal with things. Like, boom. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Or even the other thing, if you don't want to do a full combo and rest your bar, you just back up and throw the whip trap, right? Or shooting arrows. Like, there's a lot of different ways to approach situations. People just don't capitalize on all the stuff you can do. And I've been mentioning, if your opponent's getting up, and dude, one thing I do a lot is I back up and use the projectile as a meaty, because then I'm safe as shit. Because I'm all the way like mid-screen almost. If it hits, I can get some frame advantage, use that to do a quick dash in or something, get a bit closer. Like Sub-Zero and Scorpion do this excellently, because you can throw Ice Ball or Spear, and if they hit, boom, combos, right? And you can leave them close. Like, I don't... There's so many instances of you can do different things and circumvent things and like just play smarter and better. Like, I would rather like Johnny, right? Wait, was it Johnny? No. It was. Hold on. I'm trying to think here. Hold on, sorry. The Terminator. I think it was Terminator. But it's like with okay, one thing people don't, I hardly ever see anybody do with Jax or Terminator when they have the ground pounds. I think Jax's ground pound's universal. But like, you can knock someone down, back up, use a ground pound. You might as well, because you know why? That adds just extra 8% or 10% or whatever the damage is if they're not blocking low when they get up. Then it conditions them to respect your low. Boom, walking full overheads, which I don't know if Jax is standing overhead. Does he? I think he's back to an overhead, I'm not sure. But I don't know, there's a lot of ways to play and condition people, and I just feel like this game really rewards you for understanding how your opponent plays, especially if you play them a lot. Like, I remember when me and Dylan first started playing together, his Scorpion gave me a lot of trouble. One, he mashed a lot, and he admitted it. And two, it's like he stopped mashing as much, and I started contesting a lot of things more with my mids and stuff. And the other thing is, like, people are like, oh, this game's mashing, mash. One, yes, you can mash depending on the character. Don't get me wrong, you can mash like a son of a bitch on certain characters. But here's the thing, if you respect that character, then the character has a turn, they can do shit. That's the thing, it's all about turns. This game's all about turns. As soon as your ass is negative, you shouldn't be pushing buttons. You push another button, you're fucked. The only time you can get away with pushing buttons like that is if you're like -1, -2, and a decent distance away. Like Johnny's 4-3-4-4 string, you can get away with a down 4 after to check them, because you're -2 on block after that string, and your down 4 is like 9, 10, 11 frames, something like that. Terminator was 1, 2, 3. You can get away with something because it's only -3 on block. So then, in theory, you're down 9 frame mid. So there's instances where you can do stuff and push buttons and risk it if you want to. But if you get caught, dude, you're fucked. Like,
the Terminator.
Like, I'm sorry if I'm getting a little like sounding aggressive or anything, but this is one thing that really drives me up a wall about this game. People are like, oh, MKX is better. Personally speaking, MKX is fun. Don't get me wrong. It can be fun. But I don't understand how you can take MKX seriously when there's 50/50s out the ass. Not to mention full armor. Wait, like all these, like MKX is definitely more fun and crazy, but I can't take it more seriously. I cannot take that game as seriously as this. And yeah, this game has silly stuff too, but it's arguably less silly, at least in my opinion. Injustice 2, same. Injustice 2 arguably might be the best of the three games. If it wasn't for like all the zoning I can handle. That's not the issue, but I think my main thing right now with Injustice is I'm just learning it. I'm nowhere near proficient with it, like X or 11, so I'm still trying to figure that out. But as far as I'm concerned, like Injustice 2 is actually pretty damn good. I think all three games are good. It's just depending on how you want to play it. If you want to be like in your face, rush down, buttons, buttons, buttons all the goddamn time, then X is your game. If you want to be a little slower and like think, 11's your game. Then Injustice, I feel like Injustice is kind of somewhere in the middle, but just add more zoning. I feel like that's how the breakdown is, at least in my opinion. Again, like I said earlier, like my whole thing is, I love this game, I like the options, I feel like none of the options are broken. None of the wake up options or breakaway or any of the shit's broken. It just means you have to play smarter, right? Like, if I know my opponent has bar, I'll just take my guaranteed damage. It's not much, yeah, it's like 20%. Dude, 20% is better than fucking, is what, like 20% is better than that and dying for it, you know what I mean? And something simple as that, you know, that's a little safer too. Like, there's ways to handle. What is this rage? I'm like so confused right now. But that's the other thing too, is like, people are like, oh, this character has bad range or good neutral or this, that. I'm like, yeah, characters have their own identity. Are you good at neutral or bad at neutral? Like, what is your neutral? Terminator's neutral is up in your face. He doesn't really have neutral. Unless you have Backbreaker, Endo Lunge, and Cyber Rift, or you replace one of those with Teleport. Then you have some neutral. You can whiff punish, you can do whatever. But then Scarlet, here's the thing, Scarlet isn't meant to have huge damage or crazy buttons, or crazy up-close game. She's meant to space you out and frustrate you, make you want to like dash in and make stupid mistakes. Then she catches you with 2-1-2 and a full combo. It's like, dude, if you just play patient with Scarlet and you play the right with her, dude, you can get a lot of people. You really can. The trade-off being you have to know how to back up and make your opponent do dumb shit and push buttons all the goddamn time. Like, something as simple as this. Boom, that's like 20%. I'll take it. Dude, anything into boiling point is like easy, like 20-something%. Boom, there you go. Take 30-something%, right? And the point is, like, I don't know, dude, I just feel like people shit on this game way too much, honestly, and yeah, we all have different opinions and different arguments, but I personally love this game. I personally still plan on streaming and playing a lot more, even if, you know, I still upload MKX and Injustice and other games, but I don't know, man, I feel like people just look at this game wrong. This game isn't meant to be, you know, pressure, 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 pressure. Yes, characters can pressure like a motherfucker. Jackie is a clear example of that. But generally, like, if Jackie's not on screen, then, you know, you guys can have some neutral and some, you know, whiff punishing and footsies and stuff. And I like that kind of style, but the thing is, like, it kind of depends on the game too. Like, I tried playing Street Fighter 5 for a little bit, and I couldn't get behind it. Like, the game just wasn't my kind of game. Like, Guilty Gear Strive actually sounds like I'll have a lot of fun with it, right? Because it seems like it's gonna have some offensive stuff, some defensive stuff, but if you're too defensive, it's gonna punish you, right? Because it has the risk gauge or risk meter or whatever, which is fine, right? That I think is okay. But then the thing is, you have to kind of encourage yourself. Shit, I don't want to take this risk, because the second they kind of kick your ass more or whatever, then you get clipped with a hit, then it's gonna be more damage. So I don't know. I'm interested in Guilty Gear, so my son's watching some Mario thing. It's like confusing right now. I'm like scared. I just hear like a bunch of Mario stuff happening. Um, I think he's playing Super Mario 64 actually, or he's watching it. I haven't played that game in years. Holy hell. Anyway, but I know like a lot of this was like random rambling, and a lot of it was repetitive and made no damn sense. But I hope you guys do get an idea where I'm coming from with this game, and why I personally prefer. I actually prefer this way over MKX and Injustice 2. Right now, maybe when I figure out Injustice 2 more, I might figure that out more and enjoy it more. But right now, I enjoy this the most. MKX is fun. Don't get me wrong, but hold on. Sorry, I was trying to fix my son's phone. Um, but anyway, like I said, I hope you guys understand, and hope this proved to be a little educational, at least a little bit. And thanks again for watching. Fully expect more MKX, Injustice 2, this game, maybe Resident Evil or Diablo or Call of Duty. It just depends on what I feel like doing. I actually have another idea for another video later about Call of Duty specifically. But again, thanks for watching, and goodbye.